Hey everyone, this is like the first of my Let's Be Honest videos. So it's going to be probably weird and awkward, and I'm probably going to mess up a lot. So bear with me. But yeah, so as most of you know, I started a blog on my website, just a blog that's just about being honest. I'm talking about just things that happen in the day, everybody's day, that we can all relate to, but maybe we just don't talk to people about it as much. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on some things. Sometimes they'll have tips on getting through it. Other times it'll just kind of be open talk. So it's something I'm exploring and I'm really excited about. So the topic for today is preparing for a life change. So my husband and I are currently expecting our second baby, and we're literally 2 months out. And so I figured, yeah, this is probably a perfect topic to talk about. Just because, I have a business from home and we're already raising a toddler, and that's kind of crazy as it is. So, I don't know, I just, there are little changes that happen in life that are totally like getting your hair cut, or just little things like that. But then, there's the whoppers that are like having a baby and moving and getting a house, or, starting school, things like that. So I feel like there's a few different ways that you can cope with it. You can get through it easier, and the transition will be smoother. So, because we're all used to repetition, so changing the pace is hard for anybody. And I try so hard not to stress out about it, and just to look at any positives that I can look at. I don't want to obsess and get really negative about change, because you just never know. You just never know what it's going to bring. So yeah, so the first step would be to prepare. And now we can never be fully prepared for a change. Like becoming a parent, you can never fully prepare for that, I promise you. But I'm talking about just preparing yourself mentally and physically, whether that means making arrangements ahead of time, or just educating yourself, just getting any supplies you need, things like that. So just preparing yourself. If it's not obvious, I'm looking at my notes, I'm sorry. But, and envision what it might be like after the change happens. Don't obsess on it, like I said, but envision, what could that be like? And that way you kind of just feel a little less intimidated. So the second step would be, don't overthink it. And I cannot stress this enough, because I have a wonderful friend. I love her to death, but she overthinks things. So this one's for you. And anybody else who does it. We obsess over it. And it's far too easy to get caught up in the what ifs and the, what could go wrong? This could go wrong. It's just, if you obsess over it, it's just going to stress you out, and you're just not going to be able to get through it easy. So, envision briefly, the various outcomes, and try to keep it positive, but maybe you'll have a couple negative ones, but then you need to just breathe and let it go, because it's just not going to help to keep thinking about it. And we just need to focus on what we can take care of in the here and now. So, handle what you can handle in the current moment. And then once that change happens, you can take whatever steps you need to take after that. But if it's out of your hands, there's really no point in just freaking out over it. It just isn't. And then the last thing would be confidence and trust. And I mean confidence and trust in yourself. Believe that you're going to be able to handle the situation, whatever life brings you, after it changes. Don't doubt yourself. I never intended to be a mother, ever. My husband and I never even experienced changing a diaper before we had our first child. So that was hilarious doing that. Like, we didn't even practice because we're awful. But, you know, it's just, you just have to really believe in yourself and trust yourself, because we are all so much more capable than I think we give ourselves credit for. So you can do it, I promise you. And life is always challenging us, but it really is a beautiful thing because we grow from it. So thanks for listening in. I hope this was helpful. Subscribe if you like this kind of video. I'm going to try to do these pretty often. And head over to www.simplyolly.com to check out the blog post on this. Bye!